Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is the never-ending saga from O.S.D. I.T.M. about getting power backup to your house. I'd already talked about installing the transfer switch, the manual transfer switch for a small 30 amp backup. But here I'm going to go over the parts that I got for a 50 amp backup. So we'll start with switch. So right here you got a knife transfer switch. This is a 100 amp transfer switch from GE. You can see it's basically either line or line, depending on which way you're going to go, utility line or generator line. So this interrupts the power coming from your utility and can supplant it with power coming from your generator. Of course, you got to have another sub panel, so I chose to get one of these Homeline 100 amp sub panels. So I'm going to pull out the circuits that are absolutely critical on my house that I need to have transferred over, and those can be picked up at Home Depot, probably about a couple $100 with all the square D breakers. You also need your choice of input. So here there's a 50 amp input. This is going to go upstream of the transfer switch, so it's going to be able to feed that transfer switch from the generator. You can also go for a smaller 30 amp, but I just don't think that that's going to be the case. Of course, I had to have a lot of wire nuts, had to have my grounding bar for the load center. You got to have your conduit. You want to have that conduit be, if you're going to do plastic conduit, you're going to want to do all plastic conduit, so you're not going to have to worry about abrasion of your service line. This would be the service line coming in. I think that's a 6 gauge. You also have to have a good sized generator. I went for the Firman generator. I can do either propane or gasoline. So hopefully I'll have like a 100-pound propane cylinder or a 100-gallon propane tank, so this thing can run for many hours. And then also, of course, you got to have your connection, your 50 amp connection. So in this case, this is going to go into the connector on my transfer switch, and this is going to plug into the generator. So yeah, we'll see. This will be a multi-step process. I'm going to have to obviously shut off my line power. I'm going to have to pull out the breakers that I need, and I'm going to have to move them to this load panel so that they can either be fed from line power on the transfer switch or fed from generator power on the transfer switch. But basically this 100 amps is going to handle kind of only the most critical loading. And I went for this because getting a whole house transfer switch, it's going to be expensive. This route, I'm probably into it about $1,200. That's the cost of a whole house automatic transfer switch, and you still don't have the generator. And this generator, it's a 10,000 watt generator, rated at 10,000 watts of surge, 8,000 continuous on gas, or 9,000 of surge and 7,250 watts continuous on propane. So 7,000 watts should do quite a bit at my house, or 8,000, and also be kind of economical. If I had a 12K, 15 kW and all 200 amps of my house hooked up, it would be pretty darn non-efficient, it would blow through the propane or blow through the gas pretty fast. So with that, we'll see. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.